Hello factory engineers, welcome to technology upgrade and research decisions of my Pyanodon's adventure. Before I start, I have to clarify that there is no general best choice for most of these upgrades. The best option usually depends on your needs. Also, you don't have to choose immediately after completing research, or you don't have to choose one at all, but I suggest it since most of them are very useful. In total, there are 60 different T.U.R.D researches, and selecting these may be overwhelming at first, because it looks like they are permanent. The good thing is they are not permanent and you will be able to change them later. However, the downside is you will have to wait until chemical science to unlock the reselect option, and after chemical science you will only have one reselect research at each new science pack. In this video, I will show all of my selections one by one in the same order as they appear in the tech tree. If you are looking for a specific T.U.R.D upgrade, you can check below for timestamps, so you can jump directly to the one you are interested in. Here is the list of all T.U.R.D upgrades for each science pack. Let's start and see my selections. We have two upgrades with automation science pack. First one is Moondrop. I picked Copper Edition here. It removes almost half of the ingredients and this will affect my decisions most of the time. It doubles the output and reduces the crafting time to half. Other options are also great, but I didn't consider choosing them because there are a lot of different methane recipes and I didn't need it much in early game. Also, I used biomass recipe for carbon dioxide the entire game. It was more than enough. Next one is Fastwood Forestry. Two of the options look good here and I picked selective cutting heads. It doubles the output and craft time is much shorter. Dry storage is also looks amazing. I'm not sure about internal burner. 60 ash seemed like a lot to me. Next one is PyScience Pack 1 upgrades. There are 4 of them and I'm starting with Vrauks. I picked Reuse Water here, a simple upgrade which removes water need in early recipes and also removes concentrated seed syrup in rank 4 and 5. I don't like speed reducer upgrades, so I didn't consider picking natural cycle. Also, I had formic acid shortage back in time, that's why I eliminated this one. There are 4 options for Moss Farm upgrade. I don't like to add more ingredients or products, so I skipped these first 2. This one also wasn't appealing. High density culture was the obvious option here for me. Removing an ingredient is something I like. I picked planetary adaptation here only for 35% speed increase. Others seemed unnecessary. I didn't want to deal with more pipes or a new recipe, that's why I picked aggressive selection. Next is Logistics Science Pack. There are 5 T.U.R.D upgrades here. My obvious pick was direct queen assembly for Arqad upgrade. Normally, you only have 1% chance to obtain the queen, and it's annoying to be honest. Crafting it directly seemed like the best option to me. Intentional colony collapse is also very appealing. Triple output looks amazing, but I didn't need something like that at all. My production was always enough. Even though this option is very similar to my channel's name, 5% productivity is not something I want to pick over direct queen assembly. Total Darkness was my choice for Incubator upgrade. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, I don't like to add more ingredients to recipes. This one also reduces the ingredient amount, so I picked it right away. All options are actually good here. I picked Improved Pet Finding at first. It gives huge speed bonus and I liked it. I used it for a very long time, but at some point my base needed tons of slake lime, and I had to change it. This is my choice here. Wastewater is actually useful and I didn't want to lose it. Other one adds more items, and this is something I don't want. I picked solar panels here. 30% speed increase seemed better than other options. We have only one T.U.R.D upgrade with Military Science Pack, and that's for Compost. This was my choice for Compost upgrade. This recipe was the only reason of my decision. I had a big poop shortage and I fixed it with this recipe. Next is PyScience Pack 2 upgrades. We have 9 of them. Extreme Pressure was my obvious pick here. I used activated carbon a lot. This one was very useful for me. But keep that in mind, this option will highly increase the power consumption of the farms, as you can see here. I didn't want to deal with more products or ingredients, so I eliminated these 2 and picked the side hatchery. I picked this one but never used it. Parasitic relationship actually looks great. I would most likely pick it if I play again. Very simple and another obvious pick for me. I used these items a lot and crafting them with only one item was great. Normally I don't prefer upgrades with more products, but I needed these. Biofactory also looks great. If you have epoxy shortage, it can be useful. I picked underground chambers because of 35% productivity. Sawdust diet is also very nice. I skipped glowing mushrooms since I didn't use them for power at all. After some consideration I picked saw blades upgrades. I had to update all the wood processing units and it was annoying to be honest. Make sure you have some backup items in the storage if you are planning to pick this option because it will take some time to update these buildings. Anyway, this upgrade gives great speed and productivity bonus especially after tier 2 buildings. I already had enough nylon production so I eliminated the first option. I picked bacterial extra feeding to reduce the ingredients, but this one also looks nice, especially if you need more pure sand. I didn't want to update the buildings, that's why I didn't choose any of them. If I had to choose one of it, I would go for substrate sterilization most likely. Moving to the chemical science upgrades. There are 9 of them. I really like that kind of upgrades and my obvious pick for Grod is high pressure sprinklers. This one is also great if you are planning to use different enriched biomasses. An upgrade with less ingredients again. I picked this right away. All of them are great, but just be sure you have enough amount of additional ingredients. I picked the one for Biofactory because I needed that when I unlocked this upgrade. Socialization was the most simple one, so I picked it. I didn't want to deal with additional ingredients here and chose this one. That was the only reason. Brains will be needed a lot for watch brain production, that's why neuron transition was my selection here. This one was easy to select for me, I didn't want to deal with more ingredients again, and MSA will be needed later. I thought a lot about what to pick here. All of them are great, but I finally decided to pick Lardius. Just look for which animal part or fluid you need the most and choose accordingly. I didn't choose anything here. Actually, all of these options are good, but I was too lazy to update the farms. Also, my Ralesia production was enough most of the time. That's why I didn't consider picking one of these. Biofactory is next in line and there are 12 upgrades here. I picked this one for carbon black and outlet got stage 4. Other options seemed unnecessary. I didn't choose anything here. I barely needed these, so I skipped it, but dubstep seems like the best option. Another unselected upgrade. I have always enough amount of this plant, that's why I didn't consider choosing one. Also, I don't like to add more products to recipes. Less ingredient is the reason of my decision here. I picked this one for better yield, other options are also good. I chose this just because it required the least effort. I don't remember why I picked this one. Nexalit infused heat pump actually looks better. Another unselected one. My production was enough and none of them was appealing enough. If I had to choose one, I would go for the last option. This upgrade was one of my favorites. I had a huge oleochemical shortage at one point, and this one completely fixed that issue. That's why I didn't consider others at all. I needed fertilizer a lot at some point, so I picked this upgrade. It adds an expensive ingredient to buildings. If you are planning to choose this one, I suggest you to craft enough amount of buildings first. I only used one of the 6 intense transmutation upgrades. You can choose anything here. That depends on your needs. I picked iron, but I didn't use it at all. This one is the only intense transmutation I used. I needed carbon fiber a lot, that's why I picked this option. Mother liquor is a little bit annoying by the way, make sure you have enough of that. Next one is production science pack. There are 6 upgrades here. I picked this one because it's needed for tier 4 watt brains. Other items are needed much less. Another unselected one. I didn't want to add more ingredients, so I didn't choose anything here. Double output with only one lamp seemed like the best option among these 3. All of the options look good. I picked first one to remove threats from ingredients. I needed more mutant enzymes, that's why I picked this option. You can choose whatever you need here. I picked the last option, but I never used it. Science Pack 4 is the next one. We have 5 third upgrades here. I needed sorted animal eyes, so I picked this option. All options are really good here. I decided to pick this one because of huge amount of eggs. I used those eggs for phosphoric acid production. More cocoons were the reason for my decision here. Same as last one, more ink was exactly what I needed. Another intense transmutation upgrade. You can choose whatever you need. I had plenty of them, so I didn't choose anything here. There are only 2 upgrades available with utility science specs, and I didn't choose anything from either of them. Nothing seemed appealing here. I had sufficient amount of this animal all the time. Another unselected upgrade. I already had enough of these items. Also, I have to fill the bioreactors if I choose it, and I didn't want to do that obviously. Finally, the Space Science Pack 3rd upgrade. We have 5 of them. This one was easy to choose. I have nothing else to say. You can choose whatever you need here. I had tons of venom glands, so I picked this option. Another easy selection for me. Others seemed unnecessary. You can also choose whatever you need from Intense Transmutation Stage 5 and 6. I had plenty of these items, so I didn't pick anything here. As you can see, there is nothing to worry about with these 3rd upgrades. Just pay attention to the warnings, check the new ingredients or chains before making your choice and you will be fine. I would also love to hear your favorite upgrades, which one helped you the most or which one do you regret picking. Besides that, I'm updating my endgame base and trying to increase my SPM to 500. I'm currently at 270 and I will share it when I reach my goal. You can check my channel to see the journey up to that point. That's all for now. Thank you for watching so far. If this helped you, please like the video and subscribe for more.